Don't enter the hall tomorrow morning for your mathematics WAEC examination if you don't watch this video to the end. Now, we're going to be solving around 40 questions that you should be expecting in your mathematics WAEC exam tomorrow. You might not see them exactly word for word, but if you watch the video to the end, you will be able to solve the questions in your exam tomorrow without stress. Let's get down to business. Question number 1 says, as shown on the screen, it says find, we have 101 all raised to power 2 in base 2. Find this value and express the answer in base 2. Now, this is from the topic called number basis. So quickly, we're going to express or expand. Since the square term, it means we're going to be having 101 in base 2 times 101 in base 2. Quickly, we can easily convert the values to a base 10 number and multiply and then convert back to base 2 in split seconds. Quickly, now your normal conventional way is to have 0, 1, 2 here, but we can skip that. Let's try a new pattern. Now the number here is 1, the base is 2. We are doing number times base plus number times base. So you get the last number. So let's go. 1 times 2 gives you 2. 2 plus 0 still gives you 2. 2 times 2 gives you 4. 4 plus 1 gives you 5. So this is 5, and this also is 5. So this becomes 25 in base 10. We'll convert that value back to base 2. So our answer becomes in base 2. So 2 in 25 will go 12 times, remaining 1. 2 in 12, 6, remaining 0. 2 in 6, 3, remaining 0. 2 in 3, 1, remaining 1. And 2 in 1, you cannot go. You write down the 1 back and you read your answers upward. So the answer should be 11001 in base 2. Number 2 says, if 3 children share 10.5 naira among themselves in the ratio 6:7:8, how much is the largest share? Quickly, we have 6:7 and ratio 8. So obviously, the largest share should be the one for 8. So the largest share is going to be 8 divided by, what's the sum of the ratio? 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 7, that should be around 21. So we have 21 times, they are sharing 10.5 naira. We're going to solve that with our calculator. Quickly, we have 8 divided by 21 times 10.5. And the answer should be 4 naira. So the largest share should be 4 naira. Question 3 says, express this number in standard form. Quickly, let's work with that. We're going to count the zeros, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you stop after the first number. So you have 8.34 times 10 raised to the power. Because we counted towards the right, we're going to be having a negative exponent, okay? And we move 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We'll have this as the answer in standard form. Question number 4 says, simplify this decimal. Quickly, let's convert this guy to a fraction. We have 1, 2, 3. That is 27 divided by 1,000 all raised to the power of -1/3. You're going to apply the laws of indices. Because you have a negative power here, we can swap the fraction to be 1,000 over 27 all raised power 1/3. Then express the numbers in index form. Now 1,000 also means 10 to the power of 3, and 27 means 3 to the power of 3, all raised to the power what now? 1/3. We're going to apply a law I call the Avian law. For my Nigerian student, the Avian law says inside that power, another power dey inside. So when you have something like this, use the power inside to multiply the powers outside. Let's go. We're going to have 10 to the power of 3 times 1/3 divided by 3 to the power of 3 times 1/3. Then you're going to apply what I call base. Let's cancel the values. 3 cancels 3. 3 cancels what? 3. Answer should be 10/3 in fraction. Number 5 says, given that this equals that, find the value of a. Logarithm. Let's make sure the base are the same. Over here we have log a to base 2, and here we can convert this guy to a number that has 2, and 4 as well, a number that has 2. It becomes log 4 is 2 raised to power 2, and 8 is 2 raised to power 3. Okay, now quickly remember for logarithm, the powers of the number and the base must always go to the back. So here we have log a base 2 becoming, we have 2 divided by 3, and then we have log 2 base 2. Now quickly, we know log 2 base 2 is equal to 1. So we have log a base 2 equals to 2 over 3. Since we are finding a, the law of logarithm says the log number is equal to the log base raised to power the answer. So we can say a should be equal to 2 raised to power 2 over 3. Now this also means 2 raised to power 2 or raised to power 1 over 3, and that can be 4 raised to power 1 over 3 as our answer. Number 6. By selling some crates of soft drinks for 600 naira, a dealer makes a profit of 50%. How much the dealer pay for the drink? And quickly, the formula we're applying should be profit percent equals to selling price minus cost price over cost price times 100 over 1. But because it's an objective question, I apply my shortcut. Selling price equals to cost price times shortcut. Now, what is the shortcut? It depends on the question. If it is profit, you're going to convert the profit to decimal and do 1 plus the value. If it is loss, you do 1 minus the value. Let's apply the formula now. The selling price was 600 naira. We have 600 naira. We are finding the cost price. Now, since he made profit of 50%, 50% means 50 over 100, and that's 0.5. Remember, profit means you are gaining. We're going to do 1 plus this value for the shortcut. So we're going to have 1.5 over here. So our CP should be 600 divided by 1.5. Let's see that in our calculator. We have 600 divided by 1.5, and that should give you 400 naira. So the cost price was actually 400 naira. Question number 7 says, find the nth term of the AP. This is the AP. Find the nth term. Recall formula for nth term. Cn equals to A plus in brackets n minus 1d. Now our first term in this series or sequence rather is 11, and our common difference 4 minus 11, that should be around minus 7. So our common difference is minus 7. Okay, and our first term is 11. So let's do that. So our nth term, Cn, although they use un in their options, so let's use un. Okay, that's un. So un should be, first term is 11 plus n minus 1. Common difference is 7. Open a bracket here. We have nth term equals to 11 plus, we have minus 7 plus, so minus 7n plus 7. Okay, we have nth term to be, that's a 17 minus, sorry, not 17, 18 minus 7n. That should be the nth term. Okay, number 8 says, if r equals that and s equals that, find r union s. Now, union of a set means write out all the elements in each set without repeating a value. So this is going to be just equal to, we have 1, we have 2, we don't have 3, but we have 4, we don't have 5, we have 6, we have 7, and we have 8. This will be the answer to the question. Number 9 says 16 over 9 x 1 y. This is a GP, and we have to find the product of x and y. We're going to apply my personal formula, call it Einstein's formula. Okay, it's a shortcut. Now quickly, to get x and y, if we notice a GP, if we know the common ratio of this sequence, we can find the terms that follow. So quickly, common ratio for my shortcut is just basically n minus 1 root of L over A. Now I'm going to give you something. Your L should be the last term that you know. And the last term here is y. We don't know y. So use the one you know, which is 1. Okay? So, and this n is the position of the last term you are picking. So what's the point of 1? That's 3. We're going to be saying 3 minus 1 root of 1 divided by, first term is this guy, that's 16 over 9. Okay? So this should, arrow should become square root, okay, of 9 over 16. And that should be square root of 9 is 3, and this should be 4. Now we've got an arrow, we can find the next guy. So x is going to be 16 over 9 times 3 over 4. So 4 into 16 is 4. 3 into this guy is 3. So x is 4 over 3. We can find y. Y should be 1 times the common ratio. Again, that's also 3 over 4. So we're finding the product of x as x times y. That should be 4 over 3 times 3 over 4, and that should just give us 1 as the answer. Okay, question number 10 says in the diagram below, the shaded portion is dashed. Now let's check where was shaded. Now R was shaded, but none of P was shaded, so we must have a P complement first of all. Okay, and now P complement basically refers to Q and R. But now the entire of R was shaded except the one entering P. So I can say P complement intersecting R should be the answer to this question, the best answer to the question. Number 11 says find the values of x for which the expression is undefined. Now when you hear undefined, forget top, look at bottom. Now forget the top, the bottom concerns us. For you to be undefined, your bottom must always be equal to 0. We're going to solve this quadratic equation. Let's see what can we put as x gave you 0. Let's factorize the equation quickly. All we do times to get minus 1, but how to get 4. That should be 5 and minus 1. So we have 5 and minus 1. Quickly swap the signs. You're going to have minus 5 and 1 as your answers. Question number 12 says, solve the inequality. Now quickly use 3 to times both sides of the equation. You're going to have 2x minus 1 less than 5 times 3 gives you 15. You have 2x less than 15 plus 1. You have 2x less than 16. So into that you have x less than 8 as your answer. Number 13, what is the smaller value of x in this expression? Let's find the values of x first. Okay, from here, when I go to times to get 2, but how to get minus 3. That should be minus 2 and minus 1, right? Now you're going to swap, you're going to get 2 and 1. The smaller value is obviously 1. Question 14 says, factorize the expression. Quickly, we have a minus c here, but we have c minus a. So let's try to make here look like here. Okay, I'm going to do something here. Let's bring out the minus value here. Bring out minus value, you're going to have minus here. Then here's minus and here's plus. So this becomes a minus c. Same thing we have here. You can bring it out now. So we have a minus c into x minus y as your answer. Number 15, we have this expression. We have to find the value of y when x is 2. From the number 15, we are asked to find the value of y when x equals 2 from this expression. Quickly, from the way it relates, we can see that y is inverse to x. You can say y1 x1 squared equals to y2 and x2 squared. So quickly put the values given to get the answer. Y1 was 4 and x1 was 3. 3 squared is 9. Y2 is unknown and x2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 cancels 4. Therefore, y2 should just be 9. Number 16 says find the value of x. Now quickly, what will you times? Okay, let's see that first. Let's do 54. What will you times to get 54 but how to get, sorry, negative 54 but how to get 25? Quickly, I think that should be 27 and 2, right? 27 and 2. We're going to say 27 and minus 2 as the factors. Now quickly, shortcut again, swap the signs. You're going to have minus 27 and then 2, but that's not all. Remember, the term x squared has a number 3. Divide the answers by that number 3. So the answer should become, this should be minus 9 and 2 over 3 as your answers. Number 17 says solve for x. Quickly, we're going to equate each bracket to 0. So x plus 2 equals 0 and x minus 7 equals 0, meaning x equals to minus 2 and x equals to positive 7. These are the answers to the question. Number 18 says solve the simultaneous question and hence find 2y plus x. So quickly, let's find x and y in this equation first. Now quickly, from the equation, we can multiply all 3 by 2 to take out the fraction. So 2 times x is 2x plus 2y equals 3, and then we have 2x minus 2y equals 5. Now quickly from here, 2x equals to 3 minus 2y. So transfer this guy into here as 2x. So we have 3 minus 2y equals 5. That means 3 minus 4y equals 5. Okay, that means 3 minus 5 equals 4y. This is minus 2. So minus 2 equals 4y, and y should be minus 1 over 2. And then we can find x because we all know that 2x equals 3 minus 2y, and y is minus 1 over 2. So minus 6 out becomes plus 2 here, that's 1. So we have 2x equals 3 plus 1 and 2x equals 4, meaning x equals 2. We're asked to find 2y plus x. So 2 times minus 1 over 2 plus 2. This takes out this, we have minus 1 plus 2, and the answer should be 1. But 19 says, which of the following gives this graph in the option? Now quickly, let's see the graph. The straight line, so it should be in the form y equals mx plus c, but it's an inequality, so it should either be less than or greater than or equal to. Okay, so quickly, but already we know that we shaded below the line, so it should be less than, okay, or equal, because it's a thick line, so we'll put equal to there. Now quickly, next thing is to find the gradient, and this is the intercept on the y-axis. Now cy can be shown from the graph. The graph cuts the y at 0.3. So already we know that cy equals 3. Now we can find m. M is change in y over change in x. Now quickly, the change in y, this is something like this. So 3 minus 1, okay? Or since we are going from here towards here, the final y value is 0. Initial is 3. So we have 0 minus 3 divided by, we have 1 minus 0. So we have minus 3 over 1 and minus 3. So we can say y should less than or equal to minus 3x plus 3. And this should be the inequality. Number 20 says, what's the minimum value of y? Now, from the graph on your screen, if you look closely, the minimum value of y falls between minus 5 and minus 10. And in the options, the only one that is around that range is option A, minus 7. So minus 7 should just be the answer. Number 21 says, find the root of the equation. Now, that's the graph on your screen again. Look closely. The roots are the point where the graph cuts through the x-axis, so negative and positive side. Now, looking at the graph very well, it cuts through the negative part between minus 1 and minus 2, but beyond minus 1.5. So that should be around minus 1 point something, let's say minus 1.7. And the only option close to that is option A. So answer should be 1.4 and minus 1.7. The diagonals of rhombus are given as 16 and 12. Find the area. Quickly, the area for rhombus is d1 d2 over 2. d1 d2 are diagonal. So we have 16 times 12 over 2. So 2 here gives you 8. 8 times 2, 16 carry 1. So the answer should be 96 centimeters squared, option A. Number 23, we are asked to find the surface area of the cylinder. They are shown on the diagram on the screen rather. Now quickly, for a cylinder, the CSA for the cylinder, surface area, should be the area of the top and bottom, which is 2 pi r squared, plus the curved area, which is 2 pi r h. So quickly, you can just say this is 2 pi r into r plus h. Now let's quickly put our values there. Sorry, 2 times pi is 22 over 7. The radius was given as, let's see, yes, the radius said 7. So we have 7, then 7 plus the height is 5. Now, don't mistake the diagram. Although 7 looks like diameter there, but they said in the question that the radius is 7 cm. So this is so 7 takes out 7. We have 44 into 12. What's 44 times 12? Let's see. 5 gives you 44 times 12. Let's see. We have 44, times 12. And this should give you 528 as the total surface area. Number 24 says the position of two countries P and Q are given as that. Find the difference in latitude. Now, in the coordinates, we see that the north is having 15 and 65, but the east are the same. So quickly, when you have the values in the same coordinate, you're going to subtract. So quickly, the answer will be 65 minus 15, and that should be 50 degrees, option A. Number 25, the locus of a point which is equidistant from two given fixed points is dash. Now we have two fixed points. Let's say point A, marker is gone. We have, let's say, point A and point B. The locus of a point that has equal distance from these two fixed points is going to be a perpendicular bisector of the line joining the 2 points, and that should be option D. Number 26, what is the mode of the numbers? We have 8, 10, 9, 9, 10 again, 8, 11, 8, 10, 9, 8. I think 8 appeared more. We have 8 appearing 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 9 appearing 3 times. Okay, so 8 should be the mode, option A. Number 27, from a box containing 2 red balls, 6 white and 5 black balls, a ball is picked at random. What's probably that the ball is black? Now we have 5 black balls there, so 5 over total balls there, 2 plus 6, 8 plus 5, 13, so we have 5 over 13 as our answer. Number 28 says without using tables or your calculator anyway, find the value of this. Now quickly you can pick a calculator in the exam, but let's just solve it with the way they say we solve it. Now remember, from trigonometry, sine and cosine are complementary when their angles sum up to 90. So it means sine 20 and cos 70 are the same thing. So this will give you 1, and the same way this also the same 1. The answer is 2. Number 29 says the 2 fair dice are tossed together. Find the probability that the sum of the outcome is at least 10. Quickly, we're going to draw a sum table for our dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to add the outcomes together to get our sum outcome table. So quickly, we're not going to waste time over here. 1 plus 1 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they said the sum of at least 10. At least 10 means 10 and above. So we have these values here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer should be 6 over 36, and that is 1 over 6 as the answer. Number 30 says the bearing of 2 points Q and R from a point P are 30 degrees and 120 respectively. PQ is 12, PR is 5, find QR. Quickly, let's draw our diagram, okay? So from P, we have from P, this should be P, 30 degrees, this is P, should be Q, so Q is over here, and then 120 should be R. So here's 30, but everything from here to here is 120. Okay, now quickly remember we can connect these dots. Okay, let's see what we can do from here. We have 30 over here, and we have from here to here as 120. So if you look at what we have here, if here to here is 30 and here to here is 120, what should be inside here? 120 minus 30 should be 90. This is a right angle triangle, obviously, and then we're giving PQ as 12 and PR as 5. So this is the hypotenuse. And remember, triangles of 3. When you have 5 and 12, what should be missing is what? 13. So the answer to the question is just 13.